Before we venture out into the main garden, I thought we would have a quick look at what's going on in the borders here below the studio. Here is a lovely glossy silvery leafed fig from Afghanistan. And up there we've got the Eryngium, called Big Blue, and my goodness, it is blue. And a fantastic and happy thyme, gorgeous scent. And above it, a dainty diorama, Eryngium, I think this one's called. Coming down, there's the wonderful diorama. This one is the white version, which I love. I'm always amazed by the fact that these lovely bell-like flowers come out of these almost what looks like straw buds. Clashing rather horribly, but extremely happy, is this thing looks like a gloxinia, which is Raymania elata, and as you can see, it started off life around here and has come out in a gap in the sleepers. It likes it hot and well drained. And in the clash is the ever popular Alstroemeria Indian summer. It really is absolutely extraordinary. It goes on flowering from about April, May, right the way to the frosts. Moving on, we pass that wonderful feathery grass which seeds itself around, easy to pull out if it's where you don't want it. Stipa tenuissima, next to a verbena with these wonderful dark wine red leaves and the pale pinky purple flowers. Verbena Bampton. Chinese banana coming up behind. And we go past a fuchsia which trails and which flowers early and carries on flowering to the osteospermum at the end of the border. Oh dear, more clashing, I'm afraid to say. Pink poppies with the Alstroemeria, an orange, diluted somewhat by the remains of this geranium. Not only have these oriental poppies got these fantastically blousy blooms, but when all the stamens have fallen off, they leave kind of a velvet covering on the seed pod. Isn't that wonderful? Although recommended for a warm and sunny spot, this unusual evergreen Deutzia, it seems to be very happy in this semi-shaded spot. No scent, but the white flowers are, I think, very beautiful in their own way. And what's more, topped by these lovely glossy evergreen leaves. It's making a sort of medium-sized bush at the moment. This is Deutzia multiradiata. Walking towards the summer house, we come across this large arching shrub, possibly a sort of scrambler from China, slightly perhaps mistakenly planted here as a shrub many years ago and has to be kept under control. This rejoices in the name Tripterygium regelii. Now the Tripterygium refers to the three wings of the seeds. Now at the moment it has reached what I think is its best ornamental stage, and that is that the seeds are forming while there are still flowers on the spike. So you get a sort of red and white effect, which I think is rather nice. Now here's a plant from the North American prairies that likes it dry and warm. And because the flowers are rather dull, it's known as the lead plant. They seem to be leaden, apparently. Anyway, that's the story. It's called the lead plant. However, on close inspection, the flowers are quite interesting in that they have this touch of gold at the tip of the stamens. Let's have a look here. I know it's not very exciting, I hear you say, but never mind. That's what it does. Amorphocanescence, it's called. Making an exotic combination of the bananas surrounded by Romnea coulteri, the Californian giant poppy. And I think it does really make for an exotic feel in the Victorian garden. And swinging around the other side, I'll just show you this giant yellow daisy plant, which, if you've got the room for it, makes a dramatic show. This is the giant fleabane, or Inula magnifica, sounds a bit better, with its lovely fine rayed daisies. The foliage is a bit coarse, but it's growing here in a great thicket of ginger lilies, out of which it's poking. Walking along here, one comes across this marvellous scent, and very powerful it is too. And you realise it's coming from this Mexican Philadelphus mock orange. This is a seed collected by a friend of mine in Mexico itself. The seedlings come out with either a little bit of red around the stamens or pure white. But my goodness, standing here filming, the scent is fantastic. I think the more double and larger flowered Philadelphus aren't quite so strongly scented as this tiny flowered one. This is Philadelphus microphyllus. Fairly recently introduced is this honeysuckle from China, and it has really substantial and chunky flowers inside this amazing sort of cowl. I'm going to try and find one or two, but I think they're over. But occasionally it will produce a bell from the bell, see what I mean? And here's one. The seeds are in there at the moment. And then either side of that flower came another 2 bells, as it were. It's a most mysterious arrangement. Sometimes out of those 2 bells come a further 2. This is Lonicera subaequalis. I've got to show you this wonderful weeping tree, a broom from New Zealand. This is at least 20 years old, if not more. And it then covers itself with these sort of strange pea-like flowers in a pale lavender blue. Makes a wonderful specimen, and it's very happy here because it's on a bank, a small bank, and there's good drainage and sunshine. Here we have a rather attractive vignette with the broom, a little dahlia from Mexico, and the lobelia tupa from Chile. Rather attractive combination. I was behind the Afghanistani fig is a shrub which screams pink. Pink. This is an escallonia. I believe it comes from Brazil. Anyway, it seems perfectly happy here, and it's got some lovely big panicles of flowers. This is Escallonia leavis, pink L. Now we've seen the Chinese dogwood, Cornus capitata, with its yellow flowers and bracts. But look what happens as they age. They become this lovely rosy colour.